and welcome to Still Buffering, a sister's guide to teens through the ages. I am Riley Smurl.
I'm Sydney McElroy.
And I'm Taylor Smurl.
Well, welcome, sisters. Riley, you're sounding a little tired.
I know. I just want to apologize to everyone. This is not me trying to sound cool or hip. This is me after 2 days
Heaven
of tech.
forbid.
This is me after 2 days of tech week, and I'm very tired, and I think I'm sick, or it's just allergies, or I'm just like, physically exhausted. Something in there. But yeah.
Well, we'll excuse your voice this week.
Thank you.
I think it sounds fine, but I'm one of those millennials that aren't bothered by vocal fry. So.
I don't really notice it. I think you just sound tired, and that's pretty standard for you.
Yeah, that's true. I always sound tired.
Speaking of things that sound cool, Riley, before we get into the episode, I found a list right before we started recording of teen text speak codes that every parent should know. It was under an article titled New Sexting Codes that parents should be aware of, and I found that interesting. So I wanted to know if some of these were accurate.
Okay.
First of all, I will say that this list does include things like LOL, which, guys, if you think that's new...
Or if you think that's inappropriate?
Yeah, you're not paying attention if you think, like, we've never before texted GTG. Like, for the first time ever, teens are texting got to go like crazy. And it's very offensive to everyone. But I have not heard of some of these. For instance, 1174.
I don't know what that means.
Apparently, if you text that to somebody, it means meet at a party spot.
I want to know what part of that means meet at a party spot.
I don't know. Meet at a party spot.
And also, what's a party? What's a party spot? Is there
Like
a pre-established party spot in every teen area?
Just any party spot, or the one that you agreed on before you texted?
Then how do you agree on it?
Not in text.
Not in text.
Oh. Now, there's another one on here I know, and that's 420.
420 blaze it.
Yeah. So that... Although on this list, it just says marijuana reference. There's one. Okay, is this true? This seems helpful if I were a teen that was trying to do inappropriate things that I didn't want my parents to know about. 99.
I don't know what that means.
Red balloons.
I have red balloons.
I have red balloons. The Russians are about to attack.
Or it's time to 1174 at a party spot. 99 means parents are gone.
Oh.
How?
I don't know. Or if you just say 9 or you say CD 9, like code 9, that means that parents are around. That seems like one that could easily get confused. And maybe should be more different.
And could mess up the 1174.
If your parents' house is the party spot.
Right.
These are a lot of numbers to remember.
Teens aren't good at remembering things or remembering them correctly. I don't know why we're trusted with this.
Well, I will tell you one that I remember on here is ASL, which of course means, you remember, Tay, from the chat room days, A/S/L.
Applesauce lettuce. What?
No.
Age, sex, location.
Yes, that's old as can be. That's not... Do you guys still... How would you use that in a text?
I've never used that.
That's like a creepy AOL chat thing that you got asked when someone didn't want to talk about Sailor Moon with you.
No, you don't. Why would you ever text a friend ASL? I just forgot. Sorry.
I forgot your gender. It happens.
Now, there's one CU46. I could figure that one out.
By reading it out loud.
Which seems unnecessary because if you're sending the text that means CU for sex, you've already figured out like where and when.
At the 1174.
At the 1174, this is going to go down. So you're just kind of like, instead of saying like later, you're like, CU for sex. Which seems like an easy thing. I'm a mom. And if I picked up your phone, Riley, and I were like, CU46, Riley, like, I think I'd figure that. I'm not. They interviewed parents when they put this article together, and one mom was like, I don't know, it just looks like a bunch of numbers and letters smashed together. Like, who are these parents? These are fake parents.
Yeah.
These are pretend moms. Another was like, we should just not let them have internet. Well.
No, apparently it's numbers that are dangerous. Just don't let them have numbers.
No numbers. Well,
no numbers.
I don't know, because they letters too, because if you say GNOC.
That sounds like a superhero movie I haven't seen
Or
yet.
like Girls Night Out crew.
No.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
That does sound nice. No, it actually means get naked on cam,
Oh.
which
Oh.
on like your phone camera.
Probably like your computer camera. Right.
I think you would just be sitting there looking at it going, knock, nope.
No,
You say like that is like a good villain name. I have summoned good knock. Take off your clothes.
Now, Riley, I bet you're gonna know this one. What's a Finsta?
It's a fake Instagram.
And are those used for sex?
No,
Sexgrams.
they're usually just used for people to post like whatever they want, and they only let certain people follow them, and they can post like embarrassing pictures or stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But not.
Do you have a Finsta?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
It seems pointless to me
But you wouldn't tell me if you had a Finsta because PAL.
because I'm your pal.
No, because parents are listening.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, got that one. That's helpful. That's true for our podcast always, so keep that in mind. I don't know. I think these seem like one in particular that seemed pretty cumbersome was TWD.
The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Which means texting while driving. Why are you texting that? Like, you're already being insanely dangerous and you need to stop texting while driving. Why did you take the time to also
go out of
text
your
that
way
you're
while you're
texting while
driving?
driving?
Oh, that's dumb.
Don't text while you're driving, everyone. I was going to say teens, but everyone.
Everyone.
This isn't just teens. Everybody. So it also covers some emojis. Obviously, we've talked about the eggplant before.
That Sydney is unaware of.
I was unfamiliar. And it affirms your belief that the peach is a butt
A
reference.
A butt.
Is a butt.
There was a campaign, like an ad campaign going on for a minute there. I think it was by one of Bud Light's many flavored Ritas. I believe it was a peach Rita.
Mm-hmm.
And they had an app where you could design your own peach emoji. Like, make it as voluptuous or shiny as you wish.
Aww.
It was really been strange times.
I remember for a while when they updated all the emojis on Apple, they made the peach one less butt-like and made it more actual peach-like, and people got very upset, so they changed it back to a regular butt.
I like that. I like that not only are people so in need of an emoji that looks like a butt, that they would go the extra length to, I need an emoji that looks like my butt.
My butt.
I need one that I feel reflects my personal butt.
Have you all seen people saying, like, on Twitter, like, we need these emojis, and it's where now on certain emojis you can change the skin tone and, like, hair color of different people emojis. They're asking for the peach emoji to be able to change skin color. It's like, no, that's not how peaches work.
If we're going to do that, let's just not make it a peach. Let's just make it a butt. Let's just have a butt emoji and make it multicultural.
But, I mean, we don't question the color of the eggplant, and that's a very disturbing visual. If you think about it.
Oh, I don't want to think about that.
So this isn't what we're talking about this week at all.
No, I just found that and it was just too good. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's just too good. Watch out, parents. New sexting codes.
But, I mean,
Well,
apparently they're, like,
174.
learning math or some stuff to do it, so don't worry about it. That's like long division to tell somebody that you want to smooch.
And I'm sorry, kids, but your texting codes, your sexting codes, whatever you want to call them, are never going to be as complicated as the beeper codes of the 90s were, because all you had were numbers and a very limited amount of them. Those were much more complicated.
I'm going to use some of these codes on my friends later, like 1174, and see what they say. See if we all end up at a party spot.
You're going to text them, and then they're going to text you an hour later and go, we're at the party spot. Where are you?
Where are you?
And then Riley's going to have to go, where's the party spot? I didn't know.
This is all an elaborate joke. I just wanted to find out where the party spot was.
You know what one party spot is?
What?
Amusement parks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tell me about those party spots, Sid.
That's our other cool teens party, right?
Yeah.
That's right. That's what we really were supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
The
But
amusement parks.
we're 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's cool.
probably had to get around to it.
the sex scene thing, it was just too good.
Yeah.
So I think that going to amusement parks, or I guess also theme parks, are theme parks under the umbrella of amusement parks?
What's
Are they
the
one?
difference of a theme park and amusement park?
I think a theme park has a theme.
Okay.
like Disney is a theme park, but like
But it's also an amusement park because I'm pretty sure while you are there to be amused.
you are amused. But like Kings Island isn't a theme park, right? Because it's not like one big theme.
It
Right.
has Snoopy Land, though.
That's a theme.
Well, it
Ooh.
seems like Disney World is an amusement park composed of tiny theme parks. If, like, for real.
Yeah.
So. So maybe theme
They are
parks.
theme parks because, like, you have the Magic Kingdom, and you have Animal Kingdom, and you have Epcot, and you have Hollywood
And like
Studios.
Frontierland, they like the park itself
Yeah.
breaks down to little places.
So I was imagining amusement parks as a giant like header and then a subheader of theme parks underneath amusement parks.
But
and then I was
really-
thinking maybe it's a Venn diagram where the two intersect, but really theme parks are a circle underneath. They're inside the circle of amusement
So
park.
all theme parks are amusement parks, but not all amusement parks are theme parks.
Is that what we've decided? Because I would have said backwards.
It's like squares and rectangles.
I think that's I would agree with that. I think they're all amusement parks. They're not all theme parks.
Okay.
Because I would still say if it is a theme park, it is still a place for amusement.
Yeah.
But if it is an amusement park, it might not be a place for a theme.
Like
Well,
Universal.
some places are just a bunch of roller coasters.
Yeah, Universal has like Universal Studios, which is just a bunch of roller coasters. But then you have the Islands of Adventure, where you have like Superhero Land, and you have Harry Potter World.
Well, yeah, but like Universal Studios does have like, I mean, like their theme is movie.
Well, I think I don't know.
Well, I mean, you go and it's like a bunch of movies. Like there's, I don't even know what rides they have now. There's the E.T. ride. Does that still exist?
I guess that's true. I don't know. I
Back
was
to the
just thinking-
Future. Is that still there?
I was thinking more of like a theme, you know, like a solid theme, like Harry Potter World. That's a theme.
That's a solid theme.
Like
Right.
like Superhero Land of Universal
Yes.
Studios. That's a solid.
That
theme.
is a solid theme. You're transported.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're transported into the world of Harry Potter for a quick minute
Now,
of
but
amusement.
the theme park, the amusement park, excuse me, that we went to most often, I would say, as teenagers, was our local. Well, no, not our
I was
local.
going to say our
I was
local
thinking like Camden Park.
Camden Park.
No. We do
Everything
have
is made of 1,000-year-old wood.
we do have an amusement park. It's definitely not a theme park unless the theme is like
Scared.
Tetanus.
the theme is you might not make it out alive.
Tetanus and fear for your life.
I don't. Yes. No, we shouldn't be so hard on Camden Park.
Well, I mean,
it's
it's just
charming
very
in certain
old.
ways.
if you're ever in the area and want to, you know, have a genuine thrill of whether or not you're going to make it off a roller coaster or not, go to Camden Park.
I mean, they've got corn dogs.
Yeah.
They do have them.
They have a log flume.
I personally, my favorite was the haunted house. And I don't want to spoil anything for anybody that hasn't experienced it yet. But there's this one part where you go by this wall that just everybody's throwing their gum on, and it's under a black light, and so it's this giant mosaic of glowing gobs of gum.
And it's never been cleaned.
No.
And the thing is, it is pretty terrifying. I will say this: if we're talking about things that are scary, the thing in this part of the ride, because you're in like a little mine cart as you go through it, as you go towards it, it makes it look like you're going to run straight into the wall, and then it does
gum
like a
wall.
sharp turn to the right at the last second. So that's the scary part. Is you think you're going to crash into the wall, but it is way scarier because you think I'm about to crash into a wall of like 6 decades worth of Onyctonian's gum.
Wait, do you think that maybe this whole time we thought that was just other people? Was that a design element that was just like Very like clever, like that's what we'll make it look like a wall of gum, because what would be the worst kind of wall to run into?
That would actually be really bad.
I don't know if I'd expect so much from the same ride that doesn't have a mechanism to stop the carts and instead relies on people grabbing them as you enter the entrance and slowing them down.
That's true. They do grab them as you come out. We should also note we have not been to Camden Park in a long time. Maybe it's great now.
I haven't been there in 7 years, so it's been a while.
I went on a date there.
That was your date?
Well, I was in 4th grade.
That's all right.
That's about right.
Yeah, I went with like my safety patrols in
Yeah.
4th grade.
I was too scared to ride the ones that went upside down in 4th grade.
None of them go upside down, do they?
I don't think they would try that.
I don't
at Camden
think
Park.
that
The
would be allowed.
space something, the one with those spaceships that spun around in the air and they went upside down. It's like a big wheel of spaceships.
Oh, it's like one of those carnival rides. There's a lot of those at Camden Park. It's a lot of like carnival type rides.
It is. But then they did get that one roller coaster that was just one single loop. That's literally all it is.
Oh,
You go
you're
down,
right, yeah.
go around the loop, go back up the other side, go backwards,
the
go
Big
around the
Dipper?
loop, and go back. No, the Big Dipper is
Terrifying.
it's one of the oldest wooden roller coasters in the world. I don't know where it is on that list, but it's
Do you
super
think that's
old
why
and it's
they
all made of
refuse
wood.
to do anything about it? They want to stay on that list, so they won't change it. They won't improve it.
As you go around corners on that thing, it's like, because all wooden roller coasters shake, like all of
Yeah.
them do that rattly thing, but it's just like everything, you're watching it sway. It's like, whoa, this is gonna be it.
I have to question the whole pride to be found in being on the oldest wooden roller coaster list. Because to me, when I hear that, I'm not like, oh, excellent. I'm like, oh, my safety is at a concern. Like,
Well, you know,
this is incredibly old and made of wood. You want to get on it? Like, maybe not, actually.
but the Beast at Kings Island
That's true.
it seems very safe when you're on it.
And it
Yeah.
is old, and it is also made of wood.
It is the oldest, isn't it?
Is it the oldest? I thought it was just the longest.
Or maybe it's the longest.
I think it's
You're
the
right, It's the
longest.
longest.
Yeah. So Kings Island was where I was gonna take
Yeah.
us there.
But we were talking about
'Cause
Camden Park for a hot second.
That was the closest like big amusement park for us here in Huntington. It's in Cincinnati, and it's great, and we love it. And it does have the Beast, the longest wooden roller coaster, which is excellent, and it takes you all out in the forest. I think the difference would be, my assumption is that the Beast is probably regularly maintained. It's like they'd put a lot of maintenance into it.
Yeah.
That is always my suspicion.
The Big
Yeah.
Dipper.
I don't know. That's that.
not.
I mean, that's the difference. I don't know how much money they got to pour into maintaining that thing.
I got a couple like token pieces of old wood somewhere just to keep on that list, but most of it's reinforced by now.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
But Kings Island was always great because, like, as a teenager in the summer, if you were back in the day, if you could go with your friends, especially like with a guy that you were into, it was just the coolest. Like, we're out here seeking thrills.
Or thrill seekers.
We're out here seeking thrills. We're going to ride these scary roller coasters. We're definitely going to wear a bathing suit underneath our tank top.
Why would you do that?
Water rides.
But then you just like get uncomfortable the rest of the day.
No, and you can like take off your human clothes and just walk around like in a bathing suit, like a
Exactly.
park person.
Yeah,
People walk around in just their bathing suits at amusement parks?
Absolutely.
how long has it been since you've been to an amusement
At
park?
Kings Island?
Yeah. Especially
how do you
like
get on
bikini
the-
top and shorts.
But then
Like
how do you
that's
get
the
on the other
standard.
rides and not let the little straps like hurt your tummy?
What?
Like the straps that like go around like your chest and go around, how do they not pinch you?
I mean,
If you're just like half naked.
well,
Oh, like the seatbelts and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you usually put your clothes back on before you get on like a legit like spooky ride, but
Yeah,
You
like
get 'em
you keep
wet.
your shirt with you. You don't abandon your shirt at the door.
these clothes are wet. I need them no longer. Bathing suit time.
You just rip them off of you. You explode out of your clothes.
You
as
wear
soon as they get wet.
Velcro clothes and just peel them away.
No, so that you can ride like the big whatever Whitewater Canyon.
That one is my favorite ride
Yeah,
at Kings
I
Island.
love that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big round raft, and a bunch of people sit in it, and then you go through rapids, and it's great.
Yeah.
And
And
people
then-
standing on the edge can shoot you with
Yeah,
water
it's like,
cannons.
after it's over, you get to seek revenge.
Yeah.
That's the
Has
best
that-
part.
sign over the entrance, "You will get wet. You may get soaked."
It's true, though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a fair warning.
You will get wet. You're in a raft in the water. You may get soaked.
It was way better than the log flume. The log flume is just the one big splash, but this one's like nonstop.
Many medium-sized splashes.
I'm not a big fan of the log flume because it's a lot of buildup for just somebody like throwing a bucket of water on you. Like that's kind of it.
Yeah.
It really is. You go down that last big hill and it's like thrilling, really wet.
And it also depends on where you're sitting, because if you're sitting kind of towards the back or on one of the sides, you probably won't get that wet.
Yeah.
So you're probably just like going down a hill. It's like, oh, that mist was nice.
And I always loved like trying to figure out. I don't know if everybody did this, if this was just our family. Dad always did this.
Oh,
like,
I know what you're gonna say.
where to sit, like the weight of, you know what I'm saying?
To get the maximum sploosh, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dad would always try to figure like, but if you sit in the back, but no, wait, if we wait down the front, then, I mean, like trying to figure out like where the water's going to go.
I think this was Dad just being a grown man wanting the front seat instead of children. And he would say, "Oh, no, if I sit in the front, we're going to get a better splash." I'm like, "Okay, cool. You sit in front, Dad."
My favorite experience with that was at, I think it was Universal. There's a Jurassic Park area, and there's a ride on it that's just a water ride. Like it's not designed to get you wet. Like it's just like a ride that goes through the water. It's like you're going into Jurassic Park, and oh no, the dinosaurs are on the loose, and you're going through the water. And Dad again tried to figure out where we're gonna get the biggest splash. It's like, well, no, Dad, we're not supposed to get wet. We're just riding through the water.
Our dad gets hot and very sweaty quickly. So I don't know if this was all just a ploy to like have as many
Cool off.
opportunities to get cooled off at the theme park as possible.
That's also probably true.
Our best eating experience at an amusement park. Taylor, Taylor wasn't with us, was she? Taylor, you
I
with
mean,
us?
for her sake,
I'm
I
glad
think it's
you
good
weren't.
that she was.
I'm glad you missed this.
Wait, what was this?
This was Kings Island. We went there and we ate at, what was it called?
Rivertown Junction.
Rivertown Junction. It no longer exists.
Were you there?
Wait, was this where the ice cream was different colors, but it was all the same
Yes.
flavor?
Yes. You were there?
I was there for this. Are
Okay.
you sure this wasn't like one of the weird Frontierland places in Disney World?
No, it was Kings Island because they changed this place into a Reds-themed restaurant.
Okay, well, I was definitely there for this.
So we went to Rivertown Junction, and it was like, Dad loved it because it was a buffet, and it was all you can eat, and it was every style of food you can imagine. Like, there was no theme to this restaurant.
Yeah.
A Rivertown Junction sounds like, come on down and have some barbecue or something. No, it was
And
like,
some egg rolls.
yeah, exactly. It was-
Yeah.
Any kind of food you can imagine was on this buffet, and it all tasted the same. I don't know how, but it was like they took some sort of food clay and shaped it and colored it into different food items. But then when you tasted it, it was like, nope, just more food
It
clay.
was like when you make food out of Play-Doh.
Yes,
And it's all the same consistency, and it all looks exactly the same, but it's different colors.
exactly.
Just salt and soy, dyed and shaped.
And so we weren't enjoying our meal, and the kicker was when we walked up to the ice cream to get some soft serve. And
I was very excited about this because I was like, yeah, everything else sucked, but you can't mess up ice cream
exactly, and they had what appeared to be vanilla and what appeared to be strawberry.
and chocolate.
And chocolate. And as I went for the strawberry, I think for you, Riley, I think I was getting you a cone.
Yeah.
As I went for the strawberry, the very nice, but also she appeared very broken lady standing there working next to it said, that's not strawberry. It's vanilla dyed pink. Why?
And Sydney just put the cone down and went for the vanilla and walked away.
It was like, but Dad was still eating. Like the rest of us were like, please, can we stop? This is horrible. It's so gross. We're going to go get on a roller coaster after this. And Dad's like, nope, we paid for it.
Dad has always been a quality over quantity man when it comes to food.
That's definitely true. I want to talk more about some of the big theme parks. We haven't covered the big ones, the ones you get to go to on show choir trips.
Right.
But first,
Let's check the group message.
so what do we got today?
We have an ad for quality food, not Rivertown Junction.
No,
food.
that's right. One of our sponsors this week is HelloFresh, which we've talked about before
Yeah.
and are big fans of.
Does someone want to, tell us about it?
Sure, I'll tell you about it. HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service. So basically, they are going to send you to your door a box full of all the ingredients you would need to make 3 different meals. They're super easy to make with like easy to follow instructions with pictures, and the food you're going to make is delicious. And it might be something like you've never tried before. You might not think of yourself as a home cook, but this is super easy to do. And after you do it, you're going to love it, and you're going to want to keep cooking for yourself and your family, and you can do it with your kids. It's a great thing. So they make cooking fun, easy, and super convenient because, like I said, it's delivered right to your door. The instructions are easy to follow. They're step-by-step. They take around 30 minutes, whether you're a novice or a seasoned home cook who doesn't have a lot of time, and they're all for less than $10 a meal.
That's crazy.
And they're delivered to your doorstep in a special insulated box for free. So if our listeners want to check out this super great service, what should they do?
Well, you should go to HelloFresh.com. And we have a special offer for those of you listening. You can take $30 off your first week of deliveries by going to that website and entering a promo code STILLBUFFERING30. So that's HelloFresh.com, and use the promo code STILLBUFFERING30 for $30 off your first week of deliveries.
So go check it out today, HelloFresh. You are really going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, when I was a teenager and I was lucky, and in show choir, we got to go to the big fancy places, not just local Camden Park like you did with the Safety Patrol. We got to go to Disney World.
Oh man, the world of Disney.
The world of Disney.
Not just the land of Disney, the world of Disney.
No, I've never been to Disneyland.
I haven't either.
Which is in California. We have only ever gone to Disney World, which of course is in Orlando, Florida.
Which is considerably closer to us than the land of Disney.
Yes, and there was a really cheap flight out of Huntington, there still is, that will take you, well, the way it is promoted is it will take you to Orlando. It's a direct flight, and as you can imagine, there aren't a lot of direct flights out of Huntington to anywhere. So you can fly directly out of Huntington to Orlando is what they tell you, except that's not quite true. You land in Sanford, which is not in Orlando, so to speak. And if
kind
you
of
think
around it,
if you think you're gonna get like a shuttle to your hotel from there, nope, that's not true. We figured that out the hard way on a family vacation.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about Disney World.
Yeah, the world of Disney, the magic place where dreams come true. That I don't know.
Well, now I always thought, Taylor, you seem to me to be into amusement parks for the thrills, for the roller coasters, for the upside downs.
Yeah, and I feel like am I the solo daughter in that opinion?
Well, I don't know. I feel like I'm a mix. I feel like I'm mostly there for the thrills, for the roller coasters, because I'll pretty much ride anything except for the ones that bring you straight up and drop you down. I will not ride those ever. Mm-hmm. But another part of us, I'm just like there for the experience. I'm there for the atmosphere.
I there are a couple roller coasters that I absolutely love. My first love was Space Mountain at Disney World,
which is my favorite roller coaster at Disney World.
I adore it. This was back before I was willing to go on roller coasters that went upside down, so it didn't go upside down, and it was in the dark, and there were flashing lights, and it was space themed, and I thought it was very cool. I have grown to also love, actually, at Kings Island, they have Flight of Fear.
Which is my favorite roller coaster at Kings Island.
Yeah, which is similar concept to Space Mountain, except like much more intense. It goes upside down and all kinds of, I don't know. You're in the dark. I can't really tell what you're doing.
See what's happening.
There's like space all around you.
Yeah,
and
very cool.
Maybe aliens.
Kind of aliens, yeah.
I don't know. My main thing as I've gotten older, my favorite part of Disney World is Epcot, because you can go all over the world and try alcohol.
That's so like I never think as a kid, like, what's the appeal of Epcot? Like, it's just like school park. This is terrible. And like the first time I went when I was over 21, it's like I could get drunk from Mexico to China to Germany. This is amazing. And eat food from all those places.
That's exactly it. It's totally for the adults, because you go to Epcot and you're like, oh my gosh, they've got alcohol around the world, food around the world. And now now there's a Frozen-themed ride in place of the Viking ship there.
Oh, the Viking ship was cool.
But now it's Frozen-themed, so now I can go and take Charlie, and she's going to love it.
But also, like, I hate Epcot because there's nothing there for me.
Food.
Well, okay. But, like, I remember my experience at Epcot being very short because if I remember correctly when we went, we had hopper passes, which means you can go between the parks, probably.
Uh-huh.
And I just remember being there, and it was like, oh, man, I was already at, like, Animal Kingdom or wherever we just were. I was like, that was so fun. I saw animals, I rode rides, and now I'm here. And everyone's just, like, sitting down and drinking. And I just want to go ride more kid rides.
And we wanted you to learn something in what is that place called? Something of Progress?
Oh, yeah, that's the thing that's actually inside the big...
golf ball or whatever.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, that big thing. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, the history of progress, the ladder of wheel of progress. What is that called?
The golf ball of progress.
The golf ball of progress. No, the thing inside it. It's a ride about the history of technology.
I don't know.
I think it's one that Justin likes.
Yeah, probably.
Wait, I'm probably getting all my theme parks confused. Where was the really cool Jurassic Park ride?
Universal.
Oh, that was Universal. Okay.
Universal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if you all feel the same way I do. I like 4 years ago, went to Universal at Disney, and it was the first time I'd ever been to Universal, I think. No. Did we all go to Universal?
We've been before. I don't remember.
I think it was the first time I'd been to Universal and was old enough to be on all of the rides. I like Universal a lot more than Disney because I'm there for the thrills.
But the magic of Disney.
But also Universal has Harry Potter World. It has the Jurassic Park theme section that has all the really cool dinosaur rides. It has the superhero world that has like all the comic book stores and all of the different rides that are superhero themed.
I think when I was a teenager, that's probably true.
Well, and I've got to assume that Disney's going to bring up that Star Wars cred real soon in their parks because
I would think.
I would hope so because I would be all about that.
Well, I mean, Tomorrowland could be totally redone that way, right?
Just make it Star Wars. Just make most things Star Wars.
Just make it Star Wars Land.
Just make it Star Wars.
And see, that would be a theme park.
I will
That would be
go
a theme park.
alone as a 31-year-old woman. I will buy a ticket.
That's okay. There's no shade for that.
No.
Do you know how many adults have gone alone to Harry Potter World? There's no shame anymore. I would
go alone to Harry Potter World just for the frozen butterbeer because it is something I've tried to recreate many times at home that doesn't seem that hard to recreate because it's just like butterscotch flavored frozen root beer float kind of with vanilla ice cream in it. But no, you can't make it the same.
Justin can.
He can?
He's made it for me. Yeah.
It's so good.
It is very good. It's very sweet, but it's very good.
It's very good.
We went, the only times I got to go with friends, because that was like the big deal trip. So those were usually family trips. You know, if you're going to go all the way to Disney World, that's probably a family
Yeah,
trip.
'cause you gotta get a hotel and...
The only time I got to go with friends was like the show choir trip, and it was like we performed there, so we stayed late in Universal Studios one evening after it had closed, and I thought it was the most amazing thing I've ever done. Like, it's closed and I'm still here. There are no rides to go on. There's nothing to do, but I'm inside this theme park and it is closed, and I thought I was master of the universe.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my choir trips I've been on have been limited to Kings Island. We've never been able to go all the way to the Disney. But wouldn't that be magical?
It's always hard too when you go as a teenager with your family. Like, it's fun, and obviously the rides and stuff are fun. But even like I remember being probably too old to get swept up by like, hey, there's Mickey Mouse, but still like looking around like there's Cinderella's castle. There's Mickey Mouse. And, I still remember like in the light parade at the end, like being your age, but watching it and being kind of, excited and entranced. And then also thinking like, I can't show that. I have to be so about this, but I'm not. I'm really into it. I remember like trying to walk that line, and then the worst would always happen. It would rain, and Mom would try to make us wear a poncho, and then you're like, I can't wear a poncho. I'm a teenager. And
even if there was just a hurricane.
We did cave and wear ponchos after the hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll never forget that story. that Dad brings up every time we talk about Disney.
We went to Disney one year. This was before you were born, Riley.
Mhm.
It was after Hurricane Aaron, and Disney had been hit, not completely devastated or anything, but definitely there had been some places closed down and stuff because of it. And we were staying in the Contemporary Hotel in the wing, which is not actually physically connected to the main building. So like they called us and said, like, just so you know, you can't get maid service, you can't get room service, we're not coming out there. There's a hurricane happening. You're trapped in this building. There's some vending machines. Good luck.
Well, and they, like, you know, they do your wake-up call, and they tell you anything that was, like, not working in the park. But it was Mickey Mouse voice that did it. And I was really young at the time and really excited about all things Disney. And so I really wanted to get the phone call from Mickey Mouse. It was this phone call where Mickey Mouse was like, "Good morning! Half the park is closed!"
It was totally it. We let Taylor answer because we knew how excited she'd be to talk to Mickey Mouse. You were all about Mickey and Minnie back in the day.
Mickey and Minnie.
And you answered the phone, and we were just watching your face drop as it went on way longer than it was supposed to.
Every ride just reeled off in Mickey Mouse's voice.
Hello. Today, this ride is going to be closed, and you won't be able to access Mark Twain's blah, 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 whatever that adventure is. Tom Sawyer Island. And but have a magical day. Ha-ha.
Yeah.
That's a very good Mickey, Sydney.
It was a good Mickey.
Thanks. Charlie really likes Mickey.
There was like a metal sculpture of Mickey like right outside of our wing, and he'd like been blown backwards. He was still out there, but he was just like clinging for life to this like metal arc that he was built on.
It was
and rough. People wonder why I'm the way I am.
It was, the lines were pretty short, as you may imagine. We were not the only family there because I'm sure there were lots of dads like ours who were like, listen, we paid for this, we're going. And so we were out there, and it was just on and off all day, driving rain. And we did cave and wear ponchos. I think you and I had matching ponchos, Tay. Mm. How adorable.
Yeah. How cute.
Yeah. And Dad still recounts that he got on it was like, not bumper cars, it was like little race cars.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Little race cars, and we were each in our own. So I don't know why he had to ride this. He didn't have to. He was alone.
Come on, he had to.
A grown man alone in his little car with his poncho on. And the rain just drilling him in the face as he drove around this little track thinking, why am I doing this? What am I doing? I'm not having fun. Are the kids having fun? What am I doing?
You know, that's one aspect, like, because I feel like there have been many times where we've encountered rain at theme parks and we just work through it. But man, roller coasters in the rain are really painful.
They are. They can be brutal.
It's like that one that goes forwards and backwards at Kings Island, and like you want to ride that one backwards when it's a rainstorm because it's the only way. It's not going to just be like needles.
Exactly, right in your face.
That story about Dad reminds me of when we were at a carnival, which is kind of like, or it was a fair, something like that, which is kind of like an amusement. It's like a mini
sure.
There's
traveling
a scale or a bell
amusement
curve
park
here. I don't know.
Yeah, it falls somewhere on the right side. But I remember we rode the bumper cars, and I was very young, and I was in there by myself because you all were adults, of course, and just watching me. And I got in and got stuck in the corner.
You did.
The whole time.
Riley spent the entire time just lodged in the corner, frantically jerking the wheel back and forth. Occasionally getting.
And the guy in charge of the ride was just yelling at me, going, "Turn it this way! Turn it this way! Turn it this way!" And I was like, "I'm trying. I'm just stuck in the corner, and I'm facing my parents, and they're just laughing at me."
Riley, that's an important life lesson. I did that once as well, and went, "Well, bumper cars aren't for me."
I've never ridden bumper cars since because I refuse.
Not for me. Can't do that. Can't steer those things.
But I will say, with rain at amusement parks, I have experienced the same thing where I was with a friend of mine. I think this was when I just turned into a teen. I just become a teen. And I transformed overnight. And I was with a teen friend, and we were with Mom and Dad at Disney. And it rained halfway through one of the days for a very brief period of time. And we were like, well, we haven't eaten. We can, like, sit, and we can get some lunch, and we can, like, take a break from rides until it stops raining. And, of course, Dad being Dad was like, no. the lines are going to be short. We have to go find a ride we can ride. So we waited in line to ride, I forget what ride it was. I think it was Splash Mountain, because you're already going to get wet, and then most of it's inside. And we rode it, and it was kind of painful, but we did it because we didn't want to have to wait through the long line to get on Splash Mountain.
Well, that was always how Dad went at amusement parks, was we're here to have fun, and standing in line isn't fun. So the only way to maximize fun time is if we run from ride to ride so that we get there as quickly as possible, because the line time is going to be what the line time is. So the only thing you can shorten is the distance, is like walking the distance between rides. So we would be literally running from ride to ride every time. I remember Dad taking us anywhere.
Well, he'd also try to engineer it, like start at the back of the park because everyone else is going to start at the front of the park.
Yeah.
So that, you're going to somehow beat the lines a little bit that way.
I don't think I've gone with Dad since the Fast Pass thing has happened, the Disney Fast Pass thing. I don't remember us. Maybe we did, but I don't remember it. But I can see him getting really into like getting fast passes for different rides, and then trying to like orchestrate, like we go here and then exactly at this time, and then we'll have exactly this many minutes to run here. I could see him getting really into something complicated like that.
He did, because when we went a few years ago, they now have those magic bands you get every time you go to Disney, and they're bands that like you scan to go on all the rides, and you scan to like pay for food and stuff. So I guess the point of it is you load it with like your card, so you don't have to carry money around with you at Disney,
right? And you get people to spend more.
Idea. And you get people to spend more. But you can load a certain number of fast passes onto them for each day at the parks. And the way fast passes work at Disney has always been weird to me, because they're scheduled for a certain time and they only work for a certain time. It's not like a fast pass anywhere else, which is like you have general fast pass for all the rides and you get to go to the front of the line. So we picked out like you only get 3 a day, I think, the 3 favorite rides that we wanted to go on. But Mom and Dad weren't as much about riding the rides, and Dad was willing to sacrifice to save time and to be more efficient in our riding of the rides at the park. So my friend and I had our magic bands, and we loaded on 3 fast passes, and then Mom and Dad had theirs and loaded on 3 different fast passes. So we just switched off magic bands halfway through the day, and Dad was like, all right, we'll take your alls and you all take ours, and now you can go use our 3 fast passes. And we lined them up just so it was, we go to this one and we have 15 minutes to walk across the park and get to this one just in time, and oh look, we have time to ride this one ride in between, which is right there placed in between these 2 rides.
Well, that was very clever.
I win as a weird artifact, something I own is a fast pass for a Winnie the Pooh ride in Tokyo Disney.
Tokyo Disney.
The last time I went to Japan, I went to the Disney World in Tokyo, and it was towards the end of the night, and I don't know why the Winnie the Pooh ride had the longest line all day. Like, every other thing in the park. But then that Winnie the Pooh ride, it just had a solid line all day. And then I was
weird.
Like, walking towards the train, and some girl approached me, and she had a couple passes, and she's like, I have to leave. Do you want these? And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. And I thought about it, but it just like, the line was so long that I was like, I need to catch a train. So I was like, I just kind of want to keep these because this is just weird. I'd rather not know. Just have these fast passes.
How amazing. You would go inside. It was the most amazing ride. We'll never know. No. We'll never know.
But side note, there is a Gadget the Mouse themed roller coaster at Tokyo Disney. So if you're looking for a reason to go to Japan, you haven't found one yet. I don't know why you haven't, but there you go.
I'm so jealous of that.
I know.
Oh, I want to go on that ride.
It's very cool.
I don't know what that is.
From Rescue Rangers.
She's the best Rescue Ranger.
I've heard Charlie sing that before.
Yeah, we showed Charlie Rescue Ranger. She likes Gadget.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she's all about Gadget.
The one thing I think that has probably improved with technology over time is what to do in line while you wait at rides, which I've noticed more so at bigger places like Disney and Universal. But I don't know if this was the way when you all were on big in like Disney rides and stuff when you were younger. But they've incorporated like things to do while you wait, which I think is very nice.
Like what?
Like there's a new Snow White ride at Disney. And the line, I think when I was there a few years ago, it just opened. So the lines were always very long. We went at the end of the night one night. We were like, well, let's wait through the line for our last line. We don't really have time to wait for anything else. And they had little like long iPads almost set up in the middle of like the curves of the lines, and it was a Snow White themed ride, and you could like sort jewels like that they were mining into different places on the little iPads. Or at Universal at Harry Potter World, in the big Harry Potter ride where you go through all of Hogwarts and the castle, they have like the talking pictures on the wall that talk to you, and they have like you can walk through Dumbledore's office and all those kind of things. Yeah.
No, I don't remember. I mean, there were some select rides like at Disney and stuff that would have like TV screens.
Yeah.
That would be like themed to the ride.
Yeah.
But nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was largely just waiting and trying to say cool things to your friends.
My favorite thing about being a teen at Disney has been looking up little tidbits about Disney on Pinterest. Mm-hmm. So, like, I don't know if you all knew this or not, but they have vanilla scent being pushed out into Main Street of Disney all the time. So it always smells like vanilla, and in all the separate parts of the park, they have themed scents.
I didn't know that.
Really?
So it doesn't smell like anything. Like in some places, like where there's food, they make it smell like food.
That's wild.
More so than it does. Just so you're fully immersed.
I could totally believe that. Mm-hmm. That Main Street just makes you want to buy candy. Like it smells like just the most beautiful confections.
Yeah.
Like this hidden secret Disney tunnels where all the actors walk underneath the park so that you never see like Mickey Mouse in an area where Mickey Mouse isn't supposed to be.
Is there really the hidden club in Pirates of the Caribbean for super rich people?
Yeah, it's like a 30-year long waiting list, and it's the only place in the park you can get alcohol.
Wow. Someday.
Get on that list now and hope in 30 years you can afford it.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to have a goal, I guess.
Yeah.
Now
Mine's
you know
to be the 21 Club or something like that. Or
that's what I thought it was called, something like that.
I don't know. But yeah.
Well, did teens still go by themselves to amusement parks for like cool things to do in the summer?
I mean, I would like to, but I also don't know. I mean, you think about it, you got to depend on a teen to drive your teen or your teen to drive themselves up. You know, if we're talking like Kings Island, like 3 hours, which isn't always the easiest. And also driving back late at night because you're going to stay all day, then you're driving back late at night. And also, I don't know if by our parents, really, I know about other parents would think it's as safe for teens to be by themselves at an amusement park nowadays.
I wonder if that's a shift because it like wasn't a thing. I mean, everybody did it. I didn't do it a ton, but I went with my friends and like guys that I dated periodically. Yeah, and went to. We'd always go, and it was always like, I don't know. It was a very cool, somewhat romantic. I remember part of my teenage years, like going and riding on all the rides and stuff, and then it would be getting late, and you'd try to time it so you were on like something like a Ferris wheel or something, you know, and I always thought it was very romantic, and then you'd fall asleep in the car on the way home.
The infamous Ferris wheel of Kings Island.
No, but you know what I mean. Like it was a cool, romantic, fun. You would take your fanny pack and your disposable camera and take a bunch of pictures. And
I think especially me going into my senior year of high school, I'd definitely like be able to with a select group of teens, but I don't know if it's as easy for all teens now, this day and age.
There's a picture of Riley at an amusement park that I did not take, and to this day I've regretted it, because it happened so fast I didn't get to. When Riley was really little, Justin and I took her once to Kings Island, and do you remember this?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
You got Smurf ice cream at my insistence because
I do remember that.
They have blue ice cream there. It's Smurf ice cream, and I had remembered it being the best thing in the world. I think it's just vanilla dyed blue.
It is.
I think it is. But I don't know. I don't think it's blueberry.
No, but I feel like it's a flavor. It might be a blue raspberry.
It's blue raspberry, or like cotton candy or something.
Yeah. It's faint. Whatever it is, it's not like an overwhelming flavor. But anyway, I insisted Riley get some because in my kid memory, it was the best thing on earth. And Riley got some, and it was insanely hot that day. It was so hot.
It was like 90 degrees.
And so we get it, and she sits down on this bench, and she's trying to eat it faster than it can melt. And it was just, pouring. And so she's sitting there, like, legs spread open so that it drips down on the ground between her legs, like, hunched over as she's trying to, like, devour this ice cream cone. just blue everywhere.
Of blue around my feet.
Puddle of blue between her feet. Her face is blue. Her hands are blue. But, man, she is determined she's going to get this ice cream cone in. It was the cutest thing, and it all happened so fast. I remember afterwards going, why did I not have a picture of this? I still have this mental picture, though, of you as a little kid sitting there just covered in blue ice cream.
That's the dad in me. You gotta finish the food. Even
Get it in before it melts. Oh, well, I hope everybody gets to go enjoy amusement parks this summer.
Yeah,
It's a summer
now I
thing
want to
to
go
do.
back to Universal and get my butterbeer.
I know. I got to go to the new Harry Potter world. I haven't been since they've, done new things.
They added a train ride
It's been a long time.
on the Hogwarts Express.
And Tay, we got to go to Tokyo Disney so we
Yeah.
can
Clearly.
check out that gadget ride.
Yeah.
And apparently Winnie the Pooh, which is the greatest ride in history.
I'll never know, but maybe someday.
Let's
I
just
think-
decide it is now. It's the greatest ride that's ever been created by human hands.
I think they got rid of it at the American Disney, so we got to go to the one at Tokyo
Oh,
Disney.
really? Oh, weird.
Well, thank you, sisters.
You're welcome.
As always, this has been fun.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome. It's fun for me too. Thank you, listeners. You can tweet at us at stillbuff. You can email us at stillbuffering@maximumfun.org. If you have any thoughts or comments or suggestions for show topics, you can join our Facebook group, Still Buffering on Facebook. It's a large and active group. I'd encourage you to join. And check out MaximumFun.org for a lot of our other wonderful podcasts. And thank you to the Novellas for our theme song, Baby Change Your Mind.
This has been Still Buffering, a sister's guide to teens through the ages. I am Riley Smurl.
I'm Sydney McElroy.
And I'm Taylor Smurl.
I am a teenager.
And I was 2.
And happy Pride!
Yeah, happy Pride.
Hi, this is Griffin McElroy,
Hi, this is Rachel McElroy.
and we're the hosts of Rose Buddies. It's a podcast about the Bachelor family of products.
We watch The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and Bachelor in Paradise.
Yes, it is garbage television, but we're the king and queen of this garbage pile. We're the raccoons in charge around here.
So join us on Tuesdays.
Because the TV show's on Mondays. And basically we'll recap what we saw, and we'll just sort of scoop the garbage around us and make a little fort out of it.
No viewing required.
But it's a good TV show. What are you doing?
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Listener supported.